Hi, and welcome back to my little corner on the internet. This is going to be the last video of the year, but I wanted to make a little video about my 2025 TBR and some reading goals that I have and some general goals. But before we get into the video, I wanted to mention that this video is brought to you by ChaptercChat. ChaptercChat is a book tracking app that has all your general bookish features from tracking, shelving, and reviewing. Another cool feature is that you can use their scanner portion of the app where you can just take a photo or upload a photo of your bookshelf itself and it'll automatically recognize and upload the books that you own. But what I like about ChaptercChat is that it also has chat rooms that you can talk with your friends about your favorite books. You can chat with AI scholars about your books and your characters, which is a really cool feature. And also something I'm very excited about is the book club portion of it. A big goal of mine was to create an online book club for everyone, which people have asked and wondered about, and I've always wanted to make one. So if you want to join my upcoming book club, which I have called it the Lilac Corner Book Club, because lilac is one of my favorite colors, and I just feel like the overall coziness of it is very reminiscent of the vibes. So if you want to join that book club and have some chats and read some books together in the next year, you can join through the link below and download ChaptercChat today. Thank you so much, ChaptercChat. So we're just going to get into it now. I want to start off by discussing my reading for this year very briefly. I managed to read about 50-ish books. I made a video about all the books that I read. Am I in focus? I think so. I made a video about all the books that I read in my last video, which I think it equated to about 50-ish because I did reread some of them and things like that. So I don't know if it equates to 50 unique books, but it was around there. And I think for my reading goal next year, I'm going to stick to 50 again because I feel like it was a good amount that I could keep track of. And I think one big goal of mine is to, again, read more classics. I really want to get into classics again some more, which I have been doing. But also additionally, I think more consciously diversify my reading list because I haven't looked too in depth, but I've realized that I didn't really keep a very conscious mind about the diversity of the authors that I've been reading. So I want to make the conscious decision of doing that in the next year. But I have put together a reading list of books that I very much want to read and that I must read. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to start off with books that I definitely want to read and that I already own, books that I definitely want to read but don't own yet, and some upcoming releases that I'm excited about for the new year. So I have a list. I have curated a list. Also, I apologize if the mic makes any buzzing noises. It's not the best quality mic that I have, but it'll have to do because it's kind of echoey in here. Books that I own that I definitely want to read is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. Oh my gosh, there's like a giant beetle by the windowsill and I got really freaked out. Anyways, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I have been wanting to read this for a while, but something about it had put me off because so many people were saying that it's very much reminiscent of A Secret History and it felt like a ripoff of sorts. But upon viewing other people's perspectives, I'm very keen on reading it as a single entity, and then I would love to make a video perhaps comparing and contrasting The Secret History and this book. I'm very keen on making a video like that. Which then leads me to The Iliad by Homer. I wanted to read a Homer book for ages, especially because it's referenced so heavily in The Secret History. So I really want to read that and get into it, and also because there's this one episode of Gilmore Girls where Paris is invited to the Bracebridge dinner, but then she's like, rereading the Iliad isn't doing nothing.
And if you're not doing anything, rereading the Iliad a third time is not doing anything. I'm not pathetic.
So I really want to read that. Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Been really getting into his things, and it's been on my list, and I think I just have to commit and just read it. I just need to do it. Another one, which is, of course, The Story of the Lost Child by Elena Ferrante, which will be the final book to my Neapolitan quartet. I am very excited about that, but also petrified at the emotional damage that I will have to endure, likely, but that's okay. And then lastly is The Little Friend by Donna Tartt, because that is the one book that I haven't read by her yet. She has 3, and I want to complete the Holy Trinity. So I'm very excited about that because I never see anyone discussing that book. Very keen. And now some books that I don't own but I really want to read include Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I had listened to one of the Ologies podcast with Robin, and she kind of dives into the whole moss thing and indigenous knowledge and things like that. And it seems like a really interesting book, especially because I'm very into nature and things like that. So I feel like it'd be a really cool, interesting nonfiction read. Another one is The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa, which essentially is a sort of dystopian novel of sorts set on an island where people have their various memories erased by the memory police. And I feel like it would be a sort of similar vibe to, I guess, the 1984-esque thing about censorship and surveillance. So I'm very keen on that. Another one is Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. I think I've read something by her, maybe not. I'm not sure. But this is a sort of horror thriller vibe. I've heard great things about this book, and it's meant to be this sort of very visceral, very kind of intense book. And I'm keen on reading it. It's been on my list. Another one is Homegoing by Ya Gyazi. Also heard great things about it. It's also a book that I feel like it's being very frequently recommended when people mention about diversifying your bookshelf and things like that. This book always comes up when I see videos like that. So I really want to read that. And then lastly is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I have seen many people headbutting about their opinions on this book. Some people love it and think it's a masterpiece. Some people think it's not good at all. So we're gonna have to see. But I'm very curious. It's meant to be a sort of staple within the sort of dark academia genre. So I want to read it myself and conjure an opinion and see how I feel about it, because I love sort of the campus novel, dark academia critique on the elitist side of academics. So I'm very excited about that book. I can't wait to buy and read it. And I've got 2 upcoming releases that I have read about and I'm very excited to read. First one is What You Make of Me by Sophie Madeline Des. I had read about it somewhere and I put it on my list. I don't remember exactly what it's on, but it sounds interesting. And I think it dives into it's a literary fiction release, and from what I remember is that it plays a lot with family dynamics, relationships, trauma, and things like that. And I think there is sort of an art scene in there somewhere, maybe. I can't remember. Do not take my word for it. But that's one of them. And another one is Hungerstone by Kat Dunn. Again, I don't know what this book is about. I don't remember where I read it, but I remember seeing the cover for it, and it seems like a very appealing book that I would find at a bookstore and would be like, wow, this looks cool, and then I would just buy it and read it. So that's just how I am. I will judge a book by its cover. I will do it. I don't care. Sorry. But that's my little must-read TBR list for 2025. I'm very excited about it. Of course, I have many books on my shelves that I want to read, but I am kind of a mood reader, so I sort of pick up books that I'm in the mood to read. So I don't want to create a sort of hardcore schedule with my reading, because then that's what leads me into reading slumps, sadly. So you will be able to keep track of what I'm reading and such as I make more videos. And if you want to get more frequent updates on my current reading, my thoughts, what I'm up to, you can follow my Instagram, because I'm pretty active on there. And it's always a fun little place where I like to curate some visuals all the time. And I think some general goals of mine for 2025 is definitely, as per usual, I want to reduce a bit more of my phone usage and switch out my screen time hours for some reading or doing art, working on my writing. I'm very passionate about writing myself. I love to journal and things like that, but I love writing poetry and diving into, I guess, some random pieces of prose, you could say. But I want to make a video about my journaling and my journal setup. So that is coming soon, probably in the new year. And I'm also looking forward to making more videos on this channel. I want to perhaps dive into more of my art, my writing, some general vlogs, or just personal little chats about life, because I feel like that's always fun, and I love to just yap about things that are in my mind and plaguing my soul. So I want to hopefully do that in the coming year. But that's my sort of quick little video. I just wanted to make a little wrap up and a little plan for the coming year. This will be the last video of the year, and then once I'm back home, I'll be making some more in-depth, longer videos for us. But hopefully this will get you excited. Maybe you have some ideas of some books that you might want to read in the next year. And if you have any recommendations that you think I should definitely read, let me know in the comments. So thank you so much for watching this video. And again, thank you to ChaptercChat for sponsoring. Again, if you want to join my book club that will be coming up, click the link below, download ChaptercChat, join my book club, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you have an amazing, wonderful day, night, week, month, rest of the year. And I hope to see you back with some more cozy, chill little vibes. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported the channel. It's been really fun, and I'm really excited about making more videos because I love to talk about life and books and writing. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you all next time. I'm not sure when because holidays are busy. Hopefully soon.